Hi everyone, Clarrisa Julia, your pretty tutor from STEM 11A6 is back with another tutorial video. We will talk about piecewise function for today, but first let's take a look back on the topic we had last week. Function is a relation between a set of inputs and a set of permissible outputs. Functions have the property that each input is related to one output. In here, 1 in -1, 1 is the domain or the x component and -1 is the range and is the y component. We also have 4 ways to determine a function or not. First is the ordered pairs, the x and y. Second is the table. Although they are nearly the same with the ordered pair, it uses table. Third is the equation where y and x is equal to 8. And the last one is the graph function. We use this vertical line test to determine if a function or not. If the vertical line crosses the graph once, it's a function. But if the vertical line crosses the function or the graph twice, it's not a function. And that includes a short recap. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel to be updated to the latest videos every week. Let's go! Let's go to our main topic for today, which is the piecewise function. Let's define it. Piecewise function is a function defined by multiple sub-functions where each sub-function applies to a different interval in the domain. It is also a function where it can be broken up by many parts. What do I mean? Let's take a look at this example. This example have 3 expressions and 3 coordinates along with it. Let's try to answer a first expression. Find f, which is the value of x is 3. What are we going to use to find the answer? If the value of x is 3, of course, we are going to use the second coordinate because 3 is less than 4 but greater than 2. So let's put it on our expression, which is 2 raised to 2 plus 5. All we have to do is to substitute the value of x in the given expression, which will happen 2 times 3 raised to 2 plus 5. 3 raised to 2 is equal to 9. So we have 2 times 9 plus 5, which we have 18 plus 5 is equal to 23. For the given f is equal to 3, we have the value of it, which is the 23. Let's have another example. Find f is -7. So what are we going to use in the given coordinates to find the value of x? Of course, the x is less than 2, since -7 is always less than a whole number. So we will use the expression 5x plus 3. Let's substitute it to our expression. 5x plus 3, we will substitute the value of x, which is the -7. So we will have 5 times -7 plus 3. If we evaluate -7 times 5, we will have -35. -35 plus 3 will always be equal to -32. And there, we have our answer for the value of x and find x is -7, which is -32. Let's answer last one before I give you your activity. Find f and the value of x is 9. In the given coordinates, we will use x is less than or equal 10 because 9 is always less than 10. Let's substitute it to our expression, which is x cubed minus 5x plus 2. We'll have 9 raised to 3 minus 5 times 9 plus 2. If we will evaluate it, 9 raised to 3 is 729 minus 5 times 9 is equal to 45 plus 2. And then we will going to simplify it. 729 minus 45 plus 2 is equal to 686. Now that we know how to answer a piecewise function and how to determine the value of x, let's try to answer this following. Our activity for today will be shown here and I'll give you a minute to answer. Your time is up. Now, let's check if your answers are right. First, find f when the value of x is -1. Since -1 is not a whole number, we will be using x is less than 5 and the equation 7x plus 13. We will substitute the value of -1, so 7x plus 13. We will substitute the -1 to x and we will have 7 multiplied by -1 plus 13. -1 times 7 is equal to -7, so we'll have -7 plus 13. -7 plus 13 will always be equal to 6. So we have the final answer and the value of x, which is 6. Are your answers correct? Okay, so let's move on to the next item. Next is find f and x is 8. So what are we going to use then? Yes, the second coordinate, since x is greater than 6 but less than 9. So we will use the expression 9x squared plus 5. Like the first item, we will just substitute the value of x, which is, and we will simplify it. 9x squared plus 5, and we will have 9 times 8 squared plus 5 if we will simplify it. Then 8 squared is 64. Then 64 times 9, which will eventually become 576. Then 576 plus 5, and we will have the answer of 581. So that is the answer for the second item. Your answers right? Okay, so let's move on to our last item. For the last one, find f and x is 13. Now we have a bigger number, so we will use x is greater than 10. What is the expression? The expression is -3x minus 4. Here is the solution. The expression -3x minus 4, and we'll substitute the 13 in the x. So we'll have -3 times 13 minus 4. 13 times -3 is -39. If one number is negative and one number is positive, automatically it will become negative. So -39 minus 4, and we'll have the final answer of -43. Since negative plus negative is both negative. And that is the answer for f is equal to 13 and the value of x is -43. That settles for our activity for today. Now let's move on to our subtopic for today. Now I will be discussing our subtopic even, odd, or neither function. Let's first discuss the even. If you plug in -x in a function and end up having the same exact function to begin with, and if all the signs are the same and nothing changed, it means that if you plug in -x in a function and you simplify it, nothing changed and it is even. General form formula is f is to negative x equals to f is equal to x. Let's try one example. F of x is equal to 2x squared plus 3. Just plug in the negative x to the equation. 2 times negative x is squared plus 3. So, if we will square the negative x, it will be a positive x. So, we will have 2x squared plus 3. Therefore, this equation is considered as an even function since nothing changed if we plug in the negative x. Let's have another even function example. F of x is equal to x raised to 4 minus 7x squared plus 3. Let's plug the negative x into the equation. Negative x raised to 4 minus 7 times negative x squared plus 3. Negative x raised to 4 is equal to positive x raised to 4 since negative x will be multiplied by itself 4 times. Next is negative 7 multiplied by negative x squared. So first, we will square the negative x. We will have a positive x since negative times negative is equal to positive. Then positive x times negative 7 is equal to negative 7x squared. And then just bring down the constant number which is 3. So we will have the final answer of x raised to 4 minus 7x squared plus 3. Therefore, we have an even function once again. Next will be the odd function. Let's define it. Odd function is where if you plug in negative x in a function and you have the exact opposite of the expression of what you begin and all of the signs are being switched. That if you plug in negative x in an expression, you will have a switch signs of the expression. Let's have this example. F of x is equal to x cubed plus 7x. Now, let's plug in the negative x onto the expression. The x cubed will become negative x raised to 3 plus 7 times negative x. If you multiply negative x 3 times by itself, you will have again negative x cubed. And 7 times negative x is equal to negative 7x. As what I have said earlier, positive times negative is equal to negative. So we have the final answer of negative x cubed minus 7x. As what you can see, all of the signs of our expression have changed. There we have an example of an odd function. Let's have another one example. We have the expression negative x raised to 5 plus 3x cubed. So, we will plug in the negative x first before anything else. Negative sign will be left outside and negative x raised to 5 will be always equal to negative x plus times negative x cubed. So, x cubed is equal to negative x cubed. Negative times negative x raised to 5 is equal to positive raised to 5, and negative x times 3 is equal to negative 3x. So we will have the final answer of x raised to 5 minus 3x cubed. It's also an odd function. Last but not the least is the neither function. If you plug in the negative x in the function and if you evaluate it in the expression, and in all other cases, the function is neither even nor odd. Let's try to answer one example to understand the neither one. F of x is equal to 7x cubed minus 5x squared. Let's plug in the negative x. For the first term, 7x cubed, we'll have 7 times negative x cubed. And the second term, negative 5x squared, we will have negative 5 times negative x squared. Negative x raised to 3 is equal to negative x, so we will have for the first term negative 7x cubed. In the second term, the square root of negative x is positive x, so we will have negative 5 times positive x is equal to negative 5x squared. And then we have a final answer of negative 7x cubed minus 5x squared. This is considered as neither because the first term sign changed and the second term did not change any signs at all. Let's take a look at this example. F of x is equal to 3x raised to 7 minus x plus 8. Then we'll have to plug in the negative x in the equation. I know every one of you know how to plug in the negative x in the equation, so I will not discuss it furthermore. Then we have 3 times negative x raised to 7 minus negative x plus 8. Then we're going to simplify it. 3 times negative x raised to 7 is equal to negative 3x raised to 7. Negative times negative x is equal to positive x. And let's just bring down the constant number 8. So we will have the final answer of negative 3x raised to 7 plus x plus 8. Just like in the first example, we have a neither function. Why is that, ate? It should be odd function, diba? No po, because in odd function, we do not include the constant. But in here, we have a constant number 8. So this is not an odd function, but neither. Determining a function is even or odd is a bit tricky, right? Don't worry, because I'll introduce you the shortcut. Yes, we have a shortcut. Are you all excited? So let's begin. Says here that an even function is if all the exponent of x is even with or without the constant number. While in odd function, if all the exponent of x is odd and the function has no constant. Let's try to answer some to evaluate our definition. Let's spend 30 seconds to answer this one. Okay, time is up. I will first reveal the answers before we start evaluating it. Right, so in number 1, we have the expression negative 3x squared plus 19. The answer is even, since the exponent is an even number 2 and we have a constant number 19. Number 2, the expression 9x raised to 5 minus 4x is an odd function since both x have an odd exponent. Item 3, we have a neither function since the exponents are odd but we have a constant. Item 4, we have an odd function since both x have an odd exponent. Number 5 is neither since the first term had an even exponent, the second term had odd exponent and a constant. And the last item is an even function since all of the exponents are even and we have a constant. And that ends our activity and our discussion for piecewise function and in even, odd, and neither function. Did you enjoy today's video? I hope you learned something from today's discussion. Before I dismiss you all, let's read our quote for today. Today's quotation is, "Math is the only place where truth and beauty mean the same thing," by Danica McKellar. For me, it means that mathematics is everywhere, but the truth and beauty means the same thing only in mathematics and not in everything. Since truth and beauty signifies things differently, but they both become one and the same mathematics. That's everything for today. Love you all, clatutsies. Mwah!